All right, folks, good evening. Big happy Friday. To hell is it here today? April 5th. It's going on about 8 p.m. It's pretty obvious my day is done. It has been for the last little bit. You are witnessing the first little trail scoot of 2019. If you keep up with the videos, you know that this is kind of, we'll call it my escape, little pastime, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's a weekday night or not. If I'm in the mood, jump on the Ranger and go for a little scoot. So you are looking at the new Powerline trail, which this has been in existence now for about 2 years. It's pretty obvious to see that this was an old railroad bed, an old railroad that was just tore up probably 10-12 years ago, removed, and a couple years ago or so a new high transmission line came in here, so I'm gonna sit here and get some cancer. And yeah, this was an extremely political ordeal. There was a lot of trouble that came with this, and I'm gonna stay out of it. But one of the things that came about was this line, they needed to, we're going to say, rehab it for the fact of trail riding and everything else, of a span of probably almost 50 miles. So yeah, it goes for a long ways. It's pretty nice, and I gotta tell you, it's fit for a prince. They put down this, what I'm gonna call, I call this Pea Gravel. They put this down, they even rolled it for 50 miles or so, folks, and it's just an absolute highway, which is nice for a trail ride, but not very nice for your cowboys out there that like to go about 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour on trails like this. But whatever. There's still obviously a big snowpack on this trail. In some places it's bare. Understand it's well protected, of course, with shade, so it's going to take a lot longer for the snow to go away. And not to mention, there's been thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of snowmobiles going down this trail this past winter, which is a huge ordeal up here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So yeah, sounds like we got some coyotes not too far away, but that's all right. So big happy Friday to everybody. Hope everything's going okay. I've got my Diet Cokes for this little trail ride, and life is good. So I thought about Shout Out Friday since my day started this morning. And you know, don't get me wrong, there's some channels to shout out, newer channels that are up and coming, just getting going, and that's what Shout Out Friday is for. But I'm going to blame it on time, and I just didn't get to getting the information correctly at the right time to do Shout Out Friday. So I very simply, and I think actually this is pretty cool, I went back 1 year ago today to Shout Out Friday, and we're going to re-shout out these channels. They're all channels that I keep up with on a weekly basis, so I think it's pretty cool. What I don't have for you is where they are, where are they now. If somebody put that in a comment, that'd be pretty neat to do. You know, 1 year later, how many subs are they stronger, and this, that, the other thing. That's one thing that I don't have. But nonetheless, let's run through these here. Understand if somebody comes down the trail, and it looks to me like I'm the only idiot that's hit this trail with side-by-side so far, which is good news for me. I don't want any company on here. All right, 'Cause I Farm, good buddy Mason Mattis. He's done some great things. I really like listening to him. I like seeing what he has to do. I like his operation, his equipment. The list goes on and on. Really good stuff here, folks. 'Cause I Farm, C-U-Z-I-F-A-R-M. Mason's up to 7,688 subs. Let's see if we can't get in there if you're new. If this is new information, get on in there and give him some more subs. And, yeah, you know, if you like his content. His neighbor not too far away. By the way, okay, my apologies. This shout out Friday a year ago was basically a tribute to Iowa, which I think is pretty special right now, and I really didn't mean to do this. Iowa, including Iowa, certain parts of Iowa, excuse me, I think this is pretty neat. I don't know exactly where, I don't have all the information, but Iowa suffered a lot of damage with this year's flooding thus far. It's not over yet, folks. So this was a tribute to Iowa. Hincton Farms, Hingtgen Farms. Hincton Farms is already at 392 subs. And get on over there and check them out. Next we have, without further ado, no introduction needed, Iowa Dairy Boys. When I first started catching YouTube, watching YouTube, farming related, Iowa Dairy Boys was one of my first, which there's a good reason for it. He does a good job. He, they, whatever. It's a couple of brothers. And then, of course, the father, which, you know, it's a family-operated dairy farm. And they do a great job. They do a great job with the videos, editing, and everything else. They make it extremely interesting. Not just some hobo sitting on a trail talking. Iowa Dairy Boys, they're at 14,075 subs. If I'm not mistaken, I think when I started watching them, they were at maybe a couple few hundred or so, maybe a little bit better than that. So big tip of the hat to Iowa Dairy Boys. Check them out, and you won't be disappointed. Cow Camp 87. Cow Camp 87 was one of the first farming related YouTube channels I started watching. Primarily because some of the equipment that he runs and showcases on his channel is some equipment that I was looking at the time and did purchase. One of them being his disc bine, the New Holland H7230. It was good stuff. Cow Camp 87 does a great job. I really like his terminology, his thinking, operation, the way he does things. It's just great, folks. Cow Camp 87 is, I'd have to say, is probably one of the first. We'll say in the top 10 or 15 of the farming related families on YouTube channels. So go check out Cow Camp 87 if you haven't already. All right, other than that, I'm not sure how this snuck in here, but that's the tribute to the Iowa farming channels right there. And I know that there's more. I'm just reiterating what I did a year ago. I added into the mix a good gentleman from Ireland, Jerry 6420. Jerry 6420 is at 15,482 subs. There's a reason for it. Check them out. So, anyway, that is this week's Shout Out Friday. And some great channels. Probably some channels that are damn near household names. If they're not, they should be, and everything's real good. Things are pretty fair at home and on the farm, folks. Everything went real good today. Today was kind of a little bit of a catch-up day. Just silly little stupid odds and ends. Add into the mix the Culti-Mulcher is completely done now. I did have the jack welded on and a couple of other things. And by the way, actually, when I went to transport it, I blew a hydraulic line. So, but that's what this time is for. As mad as I was and I wanted to break the damn window, it's a good thing that it happened now. I ended up getting that fixed. That thing is, that's ready for the dance. The other thing I did is I found myself with a little bit of free time. I ended up sneaking the 6420 into the garage and a fresh synthetic oil change. So yeah, other than that, it was just daily upkeep. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And we did do a full-on barn cleaning this morning, and I did spread the manure out in the field, not at the stockpile. I did fail you in catching a video of that. But yeah, there'll be another one soon to come. Trust me, all you're going to see in a little bit is manure, 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 manure. So you're not missing a whole lot right now. But anyway, that's it, folks. I just I left the yard for a little bit of serenity. This is my escape. Laugh if you want. Couldn't give a damn. This makes me happy. Just a nice little scoot. I don't want much. Just a little getaway. It's perfect time of year. There's not a whole lot a person can do. Yeah, I could probably run some maintenance tonight. But I guess you have to live a little bit too. Tomorrow's a big packed day. Full, lots of little odds and ends, doing some stockpiling and getting ready to leave. I need to leave on Sunday for a few days. The year is starting up for us. We got that big monster of a project that's probably going to be about 2 years worth, starting downstate, southwest Michigan, going into Indiana. So a lot of concentrations has been put towards that here lately. You know, the list goes on and on. Emails, this, that, the other thing. It doesn't stop, but it's okay. It's good. Things are all right. So that is about that. Hear that? It's called nothing. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Cheers to Friday. Life is good, folks. Things are okay. Keep on going, keep on trucking, keep on trying. It's the only words of wisdom I have. That comes from a dummy. But all is well. Hope your week was okay. Hope you have some nice plans this weekend. Things are going your way. And talk to you sooner than later. Have a good night.